office and look for my picture.
Okay. Guys, we've called the meeting to order, and we have certainly, I pray, welcomed each of you who are.
Do you want to list the people who are present for the purposes of your recording?
Sure, I sure will. We have myself, Karen Hopkins, Akiba. Akiba, I never learned how to pronounce your last name, and I don't want to annihilate it tonight. So Akiba is here. Len Heilman, Noah Hopkins, and our treasurer, Ajua Yamea. And thank all of you. I don't know if that constitutes a quorum or not, but we'll go ahead and just anticipate that what we're doing is legal. So can we have a moment of silence for whatever is on your heart? I'm always praying for our country. Okay, guys, I am going to, Akiba, did you put your minutes up?
Mm-hmm.
You did. Okay, do you remember how you did that? Because I'm going to put the agenda up, and then when it's time for the approval of the minutes, we can swap my screen for your screen. Is that okay with you?
Someone else answered for me, but no, I am now I haven't got the minutes up yet.
Okay, well, I'm going to put the agenda up. For some reason, it's showing up really tiny. Can you see this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fine.
Really? Okay, great. So we are at the point where we need to adopt the agenda, and I need somebody to raise that motion, please.
I so move. This is Lynn.
Can we get
Yes,
it? Did that second come from Noah Hopkins?
yeah.
Okay, so we have a motion, and it's been seconded by Lynn Heilman, who raised the motion, and Noah Hopkins, who seconded that. We don't have to put the minutes up if most of you all have already received and reviewed them. I have not, but that's okay.
I have not.
You have not either. Okay. Akiba, do you want me to take the agenda off screen so you can put the minutes up?
No.
Lynn, do you have your copy of the minutes that you could maybe put on screen?
And let me see if I can find it. Hang on just a minute. That's not what I wanted. Let me see. I have to get into my email program, which takes a moment.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Thank you for your willingness to do this.
Okay, I have them, but now how to share, they're still in my Google Docs.
Well, you could show them as a Google Doc if you just click on the screen where.
It says Docs.
Yeah, the one that says docs, but with that document rather being specified.
Oh, okay. That's what I don't know how to specify it.
Well, you click on the document, and when you see the blue frame around it, then you'll know that it's ready to share.
Oh, okay, Lynn, let's keep both of us doing it because
Okay. I got to the email, but it was the wrong one. There was no attachment to it. Give me a minute.
okay. Sign in. Oh,
Okay, Akiva, we're following your screen now. We're following your cursor, trying to find whatever you're searching for.
yeah, I'm looking at at them, but I don't know how to select them for to be. Oh, is that it? It did some manage storage share. No, not that share button.
Hey, I found it. I'm over here multitasking. I can share it.
You got it? Okay. I
Yeah.
just found it too, but it'll take me a minute.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right.
So Akiba, we need you to hop off, just hit stop share.
All right. Mm-hmm.
Do what?
Hit stop share.
I just see share. Let's see.
Okay. Okay. So
Should I
Ajwa,
do it?
if you
Okay, hold on. Mm-hmm. Okay.
There we go. I
okay.
can read it.
Trying to open it up. Come on. I don't want the co-pilot.
Who got it?
Ajwa. So Akiba, can you see the screen with Ajwa's
I'm
screen?
trying to minimize it. Hold on.
Well, you want me to read them?
I mean, yeah, I guess that would be the most efficient way to do
Okay.
this.
A meeting held at the Tuskegee
Hold
CDC at 608 Dibble Street. Meeting called to order at 6:11. Attendees Noah, Karen Hopkins, Harvey Maddox, Sandy Taylor, Lynn Heilman, Laura Lee, Ajwa Yamaya, Akiba Kiasmira, Iverson Gandy, and guest Ivan Solomon. New Treasurer Report. Ajwa Yamaya reported on April 23rd, 2025. She met with Roland Bond and received HOSS funds totaling $1,324.29. Currently, cash is at Ajwa's home. Bank account will be established at Tuskegee Federal Credit Union. Signers on account will be officers, President Karen Hopkins, Secretary Akiba Kiasmira Kareem, and Treasurer Ajwa Yamaya. 2 signers are required for any transaction. Treasurer to bring back additional formation documents, LLC, local nonprofit requirements, and relationships. Treasurer will write up operating agreements after review of past bylaws discussed by HOSS and send out to members for review. HOSS EIN number needed. HOSS business address 608 Dibble Street, Tuskegee 36083. Fundraising. Annual Boston Bud Sale for 2025. Karen will ask Roland. Yard sale fundraiser plans for 2026. We will have 2 yard sales, spring and fall of 2026 at 502 South Main Street at Harvey Maddox and Sandy Taylor's front yard. Budgeting $500 for yard sale requires that we begin at least 2 months in advance with promotions to get vendors and place 2 ads in 3 media outlets: Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, Auburn, Opelika Media, and the Tuskegee News. We can borrow tents from Guy Trammell. Speakers list and members preparation. Members appreciate having guest speakers at each meeting. To experience a mutually beneficial opportunity in a short period of time, our members will prepare a list of topics and people for potential consideration. Announcement: Sister City, South Berwick, Maine, scheduled for June 2025 trip. And Karen Hopkins' podcast, Tuskegee Renaissance, is up and running with 4 episodes posted. Shady Grove Blueberry Festival, July 12th and 13th. Please see flyer for sponsorship opportunities. Next meeting, June 9th, 2025, via Zoom. General membership reminders. Membership dues are presently $20 a year. Please remit your dues to our treasurer. Make checks payable to homeowners of South Main Street. Meeting adjourned 7:30 p.m. Minutes submitted by Akiba.
Yeah, that's okay, but thank you to Ajwa for that support. Are we prepared to approve the minutes or are changes warranted? Any questions?
The only change is writing checks right now. Or should we just do cash? Would that be better? If anyone's submitting money?
You mean for the dues?
Right, yeah.
I assume we'll take cash or checks. Is that?
Yeah.
You don't have a checking account.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
don't have
since
a
we're
checking
established.
account. You're
Yeah.
correct. So yeah,
Right.
it has to be cash. You're right.
Right.
Yeah, cash or money order or something like that.
Correct. Until we establish the bank account, which is on the agenda tonight. So
Yes. Mm-hmm.
so yeah,
That's good for me.
anybody who needs to pay, which is all of us, I do believe, we need to make those arrangements with Ajwa to get the funds to her. I can also accept money that I will then turn into Ajwa. So there are two bites at that apple, is what I'm saying. If you want to arrange it with Ajwa, that's fine. Or else, since I'm a retiree and home most of the day, you could also turn the funds into me. And I live at 301 South Main Street, at the corner of Main Street and Massey. So are we prepared? Did we already approve the minutes? Yeah, we did.
No, we're in the process.
Of approving the minutes?
Mhm.
Okay. Did we get a motion?
Not yet.
I ask for a motion, please.
So moved, we approve the bid.
Oh, let me back that up though, please. Ajwa, did you hop in because you felt like we needed to make a correction?
Oh, yeah, well, just because you said about remitting a check. So I guess that would be the correction.
Okay.
Or remit cash or money order.
Yeah, to Karen Hopkins or myself.
Okay, so we have a motion on the floor. Do we have a second? Or did we get a motion? Am I moving to, am I?
No, it did.
So-
No, it did. Yeah.
Noah raised a motion to approve the minutes.
Yeah,
Do we have a second?
I second, Ajwa.
Segues nicely into our next item on the agenda, which is the membership dues for 2025. I guess we all know by now that they are currently $20 per year per household. Let's talk about perhaps increasing those dues. And I open that to the floor. The rationale is, of course, that we've been at $20 a year since our inception. Everything has gone up except for our membership dues. That's one argument. We could do more with more money, of course. So that's a second argument, but I'd like to hear from you guys.
I definitely think that we need to increase the duty. Definitely need to tell about if we want to do it. How much?
I'd be in favor of a modest increase of maybe $10, which would raise the membership dues to $30 per household.
No,
I could live with that, given the fact that we don't really have a set game plan yet as to what we're going to do with that money. So I would be more than willing to raise my dues by 50% on faith. But if we were going to raise the dues substantially, I would need to see that we have gone through the process of making some more specific plans on what we were going to do. I know that we have already talked about the yard sales, which themselves should be fundraisers, not fund losers. So
Right.
the yard sales should not be a case for increasing dues. So I think that this needs to go hand in hand with a discussion about what good we want to do in the community in the future.
Well, you raise a valid point. Noah, you have a comment?
Yes, because I think the reason for raising it right now, for good reason, is the fact that we need to form this LLC or whatever they are, we're talking about applying for a nonprofit. We got other things that we need to, organizational things that need to be paid for.
So if I've heard you correctly, Noah, you're saying that there is a cost to us becoming more in line with a legitimate organization, like an LLC. There is a cost to that of about $200, if I'm not mistaken.
And so, there's a post office box, everything costs money. And it's good to have a few dollars in our account. So we won't have to pass the hat on the paper.
So the cost of doing business is what you're raising as one additional reason for the increase. And I agree with Lynn, though, that we should have a plan that spells out what we're going to do with funds, which would mean the creation of a budget for any activity or event that we propose. I think that's a legitimate concern.
Even the selling of the camps too, we got to buy all the ingredients that go with it. Last time I remember we had a chicken we pulled apart and then we had to put it in the fire. But whatever else is we do.
So I have a question. We were just discussing the $20 membership dues that we've had forever. If we agree and vote on and approve an increase, when would that increase go into effect?
But right now, we can do that do now.
Well, I would think, if anything, 2026, right? I mean, I see like we normally are only having like a limited amount of people. Like, does the dues do anything? Like, or is it like, members? If you pay your dues, you have voting rights, stuff like that. Like, is that a whole thing? Or
We've been informal, Ajua,
yeah.
Since the beginning of this process, and really more of a social group. But
Right.
do these projects that require organization and funding. And so we probably should do a schedule and be able to present that to anybody who wants to know what we're doing currently and what our forecast is and why we need money, be it the current dues or an increase.
I mean, I think next year, and at least try to get people on board for actually paying the money. It's just $20.
Correct. So if I've heard you correctly, then we'd stick with $20 for now and then graduate to whatever the increase is going to be. The only number that's been put on the table is $30.
Well, Lynn said 50, so $60. Well, no, $40. You said 50%.
I was saying that without any specific plans, I would be comfortable with 50% increase, which would be 30.
Yeah, 100% would be 40.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Mm-hmm. Math's not mathing. It's after 6. Okay.
So we have all said that the $20 has been constant for a very long time. We're at least discussing an increase. Now, can we come to some kind of agreement about when we should put that in effect? I know I heard you, Ajwa, say 2026.
Yeah, I think 2026 would be the time, and we would we'll make the effort now to get everyone who is currently a member to pay the $20 and letting them know that the membership dues will likely go up at least 50%, because that's been the discussion so far in 2026.
So I could do that in an email to everybody. I mean, I
Mhm.
don't see, this needing to be a big production.
Right.
If we who are here this evening agree to 20% now, $20 now, going up to $30 next year, can somebody raise that motion?
I make the motion that we continue with the $20 for this year and change it to $30 in 2026.
I second that motion.
Any opposition, or can we hear from the group as to whether we all agree on?
Yes, if we decide between now and then that we've got something really hot going on and we want to increase the dues further for 2026, there's nothing that says we can't.
Correct.
Between now and then. There's nothing that locks us into this.
Right.
So this will be a start.
So you want to vote on this? We have a motion on the floor, so
Mhm.
can we get a vote? You can either say yay, or it can be an audio vote, or we can use these Zoom tools, but I prefer audio. Is there agreement on the motion?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Yay.
And all who are opposed have the same right? Hearing no opposition, that motion passes. Okay, so old business, Ajua, you want to take the mic from here?
Okay. Oh, did it show up? Okay, share screen. Okay, can everyone see? I didn't change my date, but that's it's 6/9. Okay, balance as of June 9th is $1,374.29. New business. HOSS, Homeowners Association Incorporated, is registered with the Alabama Secretary of State, and an EIN has been created.
Yay!
I keep forgetting her name, but the $50 from the last meeting is not Sandra, but the other lady. Harvey had gave $20 in dues and $30 donation.
Well, Harvey and Sandy aren't here tonight, but
But what
that was
was her
Bertha.
name?
That was
Bertha. Yes. Okay.
Bertha Clark is her name, her full name.
right.
Bertha Clark. Okay. So I need to write a receipt for her for the $20 dues and the $30 donation. I'm requesting a $236 business formation reimbursement for the setup and everything. I do have the receipt. And also, I forgot to put that for Harvey. Harvey did request a reimbursement. So I need to talk to him. I forgot how much it was for the.
I think it was,
Or was it Noah?
No, it wasn't a reimbursement.
yeah, I
It
think
was
$12.
Oh, okay. That's what he said. He said to take it out of his dues or something like that. That's what it is.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, he did say to subtract from the $20 that he owes, it was $12, so he would only owe $8 as a balance to
Understood. Okay, so I'll make that correction. I'm still updating the bylaws, the member roster, and the operating agreement, and I'll send that to everybody for to review. I'll also keep track of the IRS forms. I am not a certified public accountant, but I can read what documents that we need and can help prepare them. But we're not like so extensive right now that I think under a certain amount of funds, we don't need to file certain things. Sir, come on, Bookaboo. And next steps, I believe I need to have that operating agreement before we go to Tuskegee Credit Union, and it, and I'll have that. I'll have that soon. But yeah, that's about it. I did write down the donations was $30. We had membership dues. I'll update that to the 12. The $32 for membership due and then balance due. The
And
business expenses were $236, and then that's it.
I'm going to request a reimbursement too on the
Okay.
it's I have the receipt, but it's around $85. It was for the remake of the yard sale sign.
Okay. Yeah, just send that to me, please.
Does that conclude your report, Ajua?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I can I'll share my others. I'll share the screen just to show the documentation.
Oh, I think we trust you.
Oh, okay. Well, but this is where it is, but it's everyone does have access to it. These are all the electronic files. So I had like the receipts, the notes for IRS, et cetera, et cetera. So it is all filed under there. So yeah.
Just for friends, how do we access that report? Is it in Google Docs or?
So right, it's in Google Docs, and I think two people's names might have come back, but I do have everyone's on there, and actually no, let me see. I think the HOSS for some reason is not on there, but I'll add that on there. Oh Lord, Joel.
Um,
Okay.
I'm kind of a nerd, and sometimes in the middle of the night, if I don't have anything to do, I'll just check stuff. So thank you
Okay.
for
Well,
that.
yeah, I thought I had that on there, but yeah, I'll make sure the HOSS email is on there because I know a couple people came back when I had shared it originally.
Mhm. So
But yeah, that's it.
having
Um,
heard the treasurer's report,
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not sure what you were saying when you said names came back or people came.
When I had shared the file, like the emails had bounced back because I had just used the emails from the email train when Karen's been sending out emails.
Mhm.
So it had just
Oh,
rejected some emails.
oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
could you,
Yes.
Ajua, could you send me those names of people whose emails did not go through?
Okay.
Having heard the treasurer's report, are there any more questions? Can we get a motion for approval?
I so move that we approve the treasurer's report. This is Lynn.
Is there a second?
I second it.
Any discussion? If not, please, everybody who agrees with this motion, please say yes or yay or indicate
Yes.
a
Okay.
voice vote. So did we get everybody's voice vote?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yay.
Any opposition? Hearing none, the treasurer's report is approved. Roland was supposed to join us this evening, but he had a conflict. His schedule had a conflict. So he will not be here. And he said that we will be doing the camp stew on the advice of Brad. I think he said Brad Rogers.
That was it.
In September instead of in the summer. Brad said that you can almost predict low sales in the summertime, but in the fall is better if you're gonna have a camp stew project. So, but each of us should start thinking about how much or how many containers we can sell to our networks. I think we agreed at the last meeting that we would stick with the price of $13 per container. I think we did. I don't have those notes in front of me. And I don't remember how much we sold in a whatever previous time we've had camp stew, but I do know that it's a pretty popular dish in Tuskegee. So just start making your list of who you think might buy from you, and there'll probably be some overlap, but it will sell out as we did with the
How
previous.
many did we sell last?
You mean our household or the group?
How many did HOSS sell? How many camp stews did we sell last year? That can let us know what we should look forward to this year.
I was actually just looking through my files, Noah, on my computer to try to find the report from the last cookout, and I cannot find them right now. I know I have them, but I spent a little while looking, and I'm afraid I can't find it, but I can look that up and send you that when I find it. I know we ended up consolidating a nice, concise report, and I thought I had it in the project subfile, but it's hiding from me at the moment.
Well, the number 60 keeps jumping out at me, and I don't know if that's
Okay.
because that's what we did in the past or what we agreed to do this year. But that number, just for some reason, is in my head associated with this. So, if I'm right, we're looking at dividing up 60. I think I forgot the quart. Yeah, they're quart size, 60 quart size containers of camp stew, but as Noah pointed out, it's work to get it all done, shredding the chicken, for example, and adding all the ingredients that go into making camp stew. I don't remember where we did all this last year. I mean, not last year, but in previous years. Whose house did we use?
Nobody. We did at the church.
We did it at the
church.
church.
Okay.
And I remember several, I don't know, maybe about 20 quarts remaining after the day of the sale. And Gina went over to Piggly Wiggly and stood out front and sold them. And we also had them at the yard sale that we did on the side of the church because we were able to freeze them. So
right. The ones that we took that were at my home, when we took them out, they tasted better even, I guess, because the seasonings and all the flavor, had time to really settle. But
Sweet last year too. I remember that. They had sort of a sweet taste.
yeah, I don't know who did the actual cooking at the church.
all of us.
I think that recipe,
stirring the pot. I remember stirring the pot with Lynn.
I remember pulling the chicken apart.
yeah,
So,
I didn't
with
do.
me, Bowling, and Gina and somebody else. They were
Brad had the seasonings in big canisters. And once he got that cauldron going with all of the cans of tomatoes and the, packages of vegetables and then the chicken and the whatever, because I think some of our Boston butt, at least one of our Boston butts got shredded and put in there too. But he was the one, he had the pre-measured seasonings in like these big tubs, and he just simply opened it and dumped it in.
Yeah, he put those industrial size cans of stuff that he put in, like the tomatoes and certain other ingredients.
Right.
I don't think this is a matter for us to vote on, but what are our next steps? We're going to do Camp Stew. It doesn't look like we're doing Boston, but I haven't quite been able to wrap my head around what we're doing with Boston but it does seem like we're going to do Camp Stew in the fall. So Roland's in touch with, I think the gentleman's name is Brad Rogers, and I guess Roland will guide us from this point, I guess.
You know, the nice thing about it is if we ask for orders far enough ahead of time, we can maybe make a determination as to the Boston butts, because for the way that Brad does it, he has them all cooked ahead of time and brings them. And if you remember, all we did was distribute them.
Correct, yeah.
So that was actually easier
Mhm.
than the Camp Stew. The question is, what is our assessment of the call for the Boston Butts versus the Brunswick Stew? But if the general community or the organization feels that the call is much greater for the Camp Stew, then obviously that's what you ought to do.
I think, Linda, I think the reason why we thought about the Camp Stew, there's more money, we make a better profit off the stew than off the bread.
Ah, point made. I'd forgotten that. I remember that being mentioned. I'm sorry.
Well, I like your idea about each of us maybe testing the waters with our networks to see, what our individual selling capacity can be. So
Then I would want the Boston Bucks, and we can always just order that many.
no, I'm having a hard time understanding you.
Yeah.
You're muffled.
That's, yeah, because I'm sitting at the counter and my phone is so bad by my computer. Let me get closer. Oh, oh boy. I had taken another seat. Yeah, I was saying though that what we can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, what we can do is if we put some feelers out and some people say, I want Boston Butt, we get a certain number, we might be able just to order that number plus maybe 5 or 6 more over in case some stragglers come along that want Boston Butt. Either one of us can buy one of them.
Yeah, and they freeze well too.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to hear from Roland, who has direct contact with Brad. So we'll just table this until we get to engage with Roland, unless somebody wants to do something else.
Roland knows it. I think that's a great idea. Roland knows exactly how it works because we pay Brad, and after we pay Brad, everything else is profit.
And the thing is, if the Boston Butts are popular enough, then maybe we could consider raising the price a bit so that it would, it would be worth our while, is what I'm trying to say.
What do we put sell them for that time? $30, I believe, or 35. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I think we only bought one for our house, but I don't remember what we paid.
No, but we also gave it back to the seller because we ran out. We also gave it back to Roland because some people was coming up, and those of us who had bought Boston Bucks one year, I don't know if it was last year or maybe the year before, people was rolling in late. Everybody's coming in looking who was out of them, so we started giving up ours to those people.
Yeah. We had done the same thing. We had bought a number of them, and sure as shooting, as time went on, people wanted them and we just sold them back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so if everybody's comfortable with us waiting until we can engage with Roland, we can move on from this. Is that okay with everybody? Are there any neighborhood reports? I really am uncomfortable speaking for somebody else, but I do know that Laura Lee wants to get the street that is on the side of her house and is now one way. She would like to appeal to the city to have that street be two-way after school hours. and school days. So on weekends and after hours, she would like for that to be two-way traffic so she can get to her driveway without having to go around the block.
Way around, yeah.
But again, I'll let her bring that up to you guys. I just know it's something that she has mentioned to me, and it's a thorn in her side that the city has, did this without even talking to her or having any kind of a neighborhood or community forum or discussion. So she may ask us to back her on that. Other business, I think, Ajo, I think you mentioned, or Akiba, you mentioned that we had talked about having speakers, that we had expressed, you know, a preference for having speakers sometimes at our meetings. I just made a general list of possibilities, and this list, of course, can be added to, but we're going to have elections in August. It might not be a bad idea for us to hear from candidates who represent us on the city council as to what their platform planks are. So that's one that's at the top of my list.
I like that idea.
And then UBT
Now, is that this year, this August 2025 or next year?
this August 2025, a couple of months from now. And I do know that they have created new District 5, which will affect some of our neighbors. We're still in District 2 on this side of South Main. So
It's taken away from District 3, then District 3 will be two smaller districts, I guess.
I don't know. I haven't seen the line. I haven't seen the actual districts, the boundaries. I've only heard from people in the know about this new District 5, but I couldn't tell you what blocks it encompasses or what the boundaries are.
When you walk into the municipal complex and look on that wall straight ahead of you along the side of the staircase, does that make, they have a map there.
Oh, okay.
Which shows it. And I, of course, can't find the picture that I took of that. I can find the NBA Finals match list. That doesn't help at all. I am a basketball fan.
Me, I am too.
A little bit upset for the last few days, but oh well.
Did you see the delineation of the new District 5?
Yes. Yes. And from what I saw, most of us are now going to be in the same district rather than having half of us on one side of the street in District 2 and the other half of us on the other side of the street in District 3. And that's been going on for so long that I'm afraid I have a mental block about it.
Okay.
And can never remember. What side are you on?
We're
2?
District
2.
But I saw the map, man. I don't think they touched District 2. I think they took away from District 3. But you have to remember, they created, in order to get a District 5, they had to create two more districts. Because we always 1, 2, and 3. We never had a 4, did we?
No. Is any of this stuff online?
This does not, it might be, but this unfortunately is not going to help you. I know that the city is trying, believe me, it's not going to help. The city is in the process right now of improving, thank God, their website and the person that manages their website. So I haven't looked lately to see whether the website might even have that on it. There was a time when I could find very, very little on the website. There's even a chance that this was in the Tuskegee News at one point, but I didn't save it.
I'm on the city's website right now.
Oh, are you? Okay, good. Any hope?
It says updated 2025 election calendar. And there's a PDF and it just talks about let's see, the election date is August 26th. Here, let me share this with you guys so you can see it.
Yeah, this is just no.
You all see this?
Yes.
Okay, so,
Notes, but no map.
well, I haven't scrolled far enough. Let me see if I can find a map.
What I see here is that District 5 includes the square and
Mhm.
even goes up North Main Street along, past Burger King, up Wright Street, past the Thomas Reed Center and a little bit farther than that. And then it comes back this way and gets 2 blocks on your side. So it will include you guys.
Mhm.
And it goes as far as Porter Drive on your side of the street. Edwards Drive, excuse me, it goes up to Edwards Drive, but on my side of the street, on what would be the south side, it continues all the way out to the Yellow Store and beyond.
I don't see a map here.
From Goatfield Street all the way to Yellowstone.
Yeah, and a little beyond even. And most of District 5 is going to be south of us. Will include, Gautier Street going out that way and over to Southmont Drive, but well out Gautier Street. But it's going to include both sides of South Main Street until you get to Edwards Drive on your side of the street. You know where Edwards Drive is?
Mhm.
I think so.
I think Edwards Drive is where
Where the house sits back on the lot and there's a new black iron fence in front of it.
right, the famous author, his wife, Zelda Scott Fitzgerald. That's how I learned about that house. She grew up there.
Oh.
But that lovely older 4 square, very old house that is now in very nice shape and wasn't before. I think you're right. I think that's Edwards Drive.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, I'm not sure what district we're in.
Pardon?
I'm not sure what district we're in right now. I thought
Like I
that
say, yeah, you're in 2 and I'm in 3, or I'm in 2 and you're in 3, whatever it is. But we will both be in District 5.
Oh.
Really?
what is District
You
4?
see that? I have just enlarged that as much as I possibly can.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
Keep talking so
Exactly.
you'll be on the screen.
Oh, okay. I have to keep talking. Thank you for reminding me about that, Akiba. A, B, C.
Shoot.
So the purple is who? What
That
district?
is the new District 5.
Mhm.
Oh.
Oh, wait a minute. That's my fault. Okay,
District.
that is the new District 5.
I see it. Yeah.
And then as we go farther south, now, is this reversing it for you? Is this driving you nuts and giving you a reversal image? So South Main is going off to the
So
south.
what's the orange though, Lynn? Is that because I see Lasley Street, which
Yes,
is
orange is,
2.
wait a minute, I got to get this back down again. Call is going to be, come on.
Where's District 4?
The whole thing just left me. Please forgive me.
I tried to find it on the city's website, and if it's on there, they've hidden it.
Okay.
Well,
I don't know what the name of the orange district is. It looks like the picture that I took, which I have just managed to block. A picture I took didn't include enough of that, even though there was a lot of orange there. It didn't include there it is.
Looked
Yeah,
like
it
it
didn't
was
include the
late.
number to tell me what it was. The green district to the direct west of us is District 4. And then to the west of that, District 1. So I can't tell whether the orange district is going to be 2 or 3. I'm sorry.
I
Okay.
guess
Let it face the screen again.
Okay, wait a minute, and I will open it up again so that you can see it. Hold on a minute. Here's the big picture to start with, if you can make up.
Yeah.
And again, if that is backwards,
No, it's not. I see District
okay, good.
5, District 4.
But okay,
District
but let
1.
Lynn be the only speaker so to stay up. Wait at home. I'm sorry. I should just
Well,
click on Lynn's picture, huh?
yeah,
On screen.
by all means, you can say something. I'll just say something back again. Now, do you need me to enlarge part of that? Or
Yeah,
can you?
Yeah, enlarge it a bit.
Okay,
but when you enlarge, you lose.
some of it,
See
right.
the name of the streets. That's what I was looking for.
All right, I'm going to start with the square at the top of the screen. You see it there? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, no, come back up. H, I, J, K.
Okay, that circle, is that the square?
Yes. It's just the fact that by the time it gets past me and two of my devices to yours, it now looks like a circle, but it was originally a square. So the
Now
pink
I
and
see the
green,
orange and the purple or blue. And
the
I see
purple.
purple blue.
Yeah, let me move it over to get a little more. I had it over so that you could see farther down Main Street.
Lynn, would you mind texting that to all of us?
That's a perfect idea. Why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
You know
Uh,
what? I can do better than that, but let me, yeah, let me just do that.
and I think you probably have my cell number as well as Noah's. Akiba and Ajwa, do you want to put your cell numbers in the chat space?
Okay.
All right, wait, I've got one group for Karen, Noah, Bertha, Sarah, Roland, Harvey, Matt. No, no, actually, that's not very many people who are here. Okay. Somebody just said this is why we can't join you. Okay, let's just do it individually. Karen, Noah. Okay. Ajra. No, that's Akiba. Oh, good. I've got Akiba's. Okay. All right, let me send these first. And then I'll have to enter Ajwa's phone number in order to do that. Hopefully that went. I hope. Okay, you got that. All right, it says I sent it.
Okay.
Okay. I have to do this the old-fashioned way. Ajwa, do you want this?
She's in there.
Yeah.
All right, would you just be so kind, because I'm low tech, just give me your phone number and I'll add you in and then I'll send it to you.
All right. 803
803
955
955
61 775
6175. Okay, thank you.
55. Say hey. Josiah wants to say hey.
Hello.
Hey.
Okay, there it goes, Ajwa.
Okay.
So again, the list of speakers, any comment on this, any expansion? it's getting ready to be hot, and I thought we might want to talk to Gerald Long, the UBT general manager. I don't know what he could tell us about reducing our consumption or our cost of utilities, but I'm always interested in knowing if there is a way to do that.
I think that's a good idea.
And then, of course, Joe, who was a member, has a lot of good news to share
That would be a good idea, yeah.
about
We could-
economic development projects. You know, we have a new chief of the Tuskegee Police Department. We met him briefly, but it was more, again, like a social introduction. Are there issues that we need to talk to the chief of police about?
All right, you guys know me well enough so that I can ask this question, okay?
Sure.
Aren't there political problems with bringing in an old white guy to be our chief of police? I was more than a little bit startled when I saw that man's picture. It's like, really? Here to Tuskegee?
We were cordial to him, I think, when he came to visit us. What was that, our December meeting or?
So the city council was impressed with him, huh? Was that the deal, I guess?
I was really impressed with him. I thought he'd probably do well. He had some great ideas. And he
Okay.
asked questions.
I mean, Lynn, to answer your question, I took a bet with somebody as to how long he would last because he's white. So I don't know. Maybe we matured and are past those issues. I don't really know, but he's here and
Yeah.
he's stuck around. So I guess
And it looks like his son came too.
It does look like that. I saw that picture also, Akiva.
Is that on the police force?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Given the way we pay our policemen, it's a wonder we have any at all.
yeah. Well, two
Yeah,
police
but
officers per shift. Yeah.
I at least I thought he would probably be good from what he said.
Great.
And he handled himself very well with the group because we had a pretty decent crowd there the night he came.
Oh, excellent. Excellent.
What was his name again?
His name is Gary Hicks.
Yeah. Okay.
Gary Hicks. He's very, very folksy, jokes a lot, very, very folksy, very likable guy.
And retired from what city where he was like an assistant or something?
Montgomery, I do think.
Maybe Montgomery even. Okay.
Montgomery, yeah.
No tiny burg then.
The interim police chief that came before him, Patrick Martis, stayed on. So
Okay.
As his assistant.
As an assistant. I'll be darned. Okay. Community relations and stuff, perhaps. Okay.
I don't know. I just know he's got the title of assistant or deputy or something, but he's helping the new guy get acclimated to us. The president of Tuskegee University, we may want to invite his wife before we invite him because she's a real fanatic about historic preservation. So we might want to hear from her, or at least maybe both of them. Maybe we have some kind of social event where we invite both of them. But anyway, I think we'd find a friend in her. Why local farmers? I had that because of Shady Grove. We don't really think of Josie as a farmer, but she is. And she's having an event next month. And Ajwa, I don't mean to step on your toes here, but maybe we could hear from local farmers about their needs, challenges, something. I don't know. But we certainly should try to support Josie and Ajwa and that whole team for the Blueberry Festival.
And we have another farmer too, I think would probably be a good guest because he's a farmer and a rancher. He has a ranch and a farm.
Yeah. Yep, Greg Smith. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you got my last tourism magazine, I did a really good in-depth story on him.
What was the name of the person you just referred to?
The police chief or the farmer?
The farmer.
I think his last name was Smith, I remember.
Smith?
Greg Smith.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he's a veteran too. That's another thing too. And he has like about 200 acres down on 29. And he leased another 200 acres someplace else. And he has every kind of animal. Plus, he also butchered cows and sheep and stuff, and he has all the facility on 29 to cut them up, and they have freezers and everything else there. So if you have a cow or something, you can get it from him.
So Ajwa, did you have something you wanted to share?
No, I was just agreeing with Greg Smith as well. I work with him. I'm in agreement with that.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a nice guy too.
Historians is on our list, student leaders, and student leaders, I'm really referring to like Tuskegee University student leaders, though we could expand that to hear from student leaders at the high schools. Jan and Grover Fountain's granddaughters go to Notasulga, and one of their granddaughters, I think, was valedictorian or salutatorian.
She was Val, and she also got all kind of scholarships she won.
Yeah.
But she did very well.
So if anybody has anything else that they want to add to this list to extend it, please send me your ideas. If you're comfortable with this list, I can go and start making contact with, these people and scheduling them to join us for future meetings. Announcements. We should thank our city councilman for District 1, Norma Jackson, for her steadfast attention and efforts concerning Juneteenth. I've spoke with Norma, and she said that this year's Juneteenth will be on Juneteenth, which is June the 19th, from 11 to 6 at the Tuskegee Square. And Ajwa, you want to talk about the Blueberry Festival?
So July 12th and 13th, we're extending it from 1 day to 2 days. I'm going to have it's focusing on art and technology, and always looking forward, for people to come. We want more children to be present. This year we had 200 people in 2023, so hopefully we can increase it to at least 300. And then Sunday we're calling to worship with our neighbors, Shady Grove Road Missionary Baptist Church. It's optional, but just definitely going to tie in the fruits of our labors and the harvest when it comes to sowing your seeds and reaping the benefits. And then we'll have a free farmers market from 12 to 3 on Sunday. And looking, we want people to come out for both days. And it's $10 on Saturday and free for children 12 and under. And it's from 9 to 3. But we're pretty fluid with the times just because of how hot it is. So we just want people to come and enjoy. And we're also making it a general fundraiser event. And that's going to be the premise from here on out for the Rhythm and Blueberry Festival, is to be a fundraiser event for future events and other farmers within Macon County.
Okay, Ajwa.
Yes.
I need to send you something I put together a couple of years ago to do a farm table event.
Okay.
And I think you might like it. And that would be a good fundraiser for HOSS too.
Did you ever attend Greg's event? He did it 2 years ago.
No, I never did. What did he do on his farm?
Yes, it was absolutely beautiful. So I definitely would, like we just talked about Greg, I think the organizations will be great to do some type of farm table benefit.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to look and see if on my computer here, if I have the proposal in there. And I'll just email it to you so you can take a look at what the plan is. I had really planned the whole thing. And I got with Dr. Hill before he retired a couple of years ago. and see if he wanted to come, put that together.
Well, that's my new passion is agritourism events. So that's what I want to do. So just send it to me and I'll look at it.
I think you'll like the graphics and the
Mhm.
title and everything.
Okay,
Okay.
guys. So you and Ajua, Noah, can y'all continue this off?
Yeah, you're
Yes.
right.
I have to get ready to go because my little one's getting a little antsy.
Okay, yeah. So our next meeting is Monday, July 14th, 6 p.m. I put location to be determined here because Noah needs to confirm that we can use the CDC conference room. And once he does that, that location will be cemented for that date. And with that, we are at the end of our agenda. So,
Well, we had a small group, but I thought it was a good meeting.
but we are free to adjourn. So
Thank
it was nice seeing you guys and hearing your voices, and I pray you have a relaxing evening.
You
And so
too.
do you want to call for a vote to adjourn?
I don't think we have to vote to adjourn, do we?
But normally, I let the
Okay.
health department
Okay.
adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn at 7:13.
We go.
I second.
Guys,
All right.
Good
Good night,
night,
everyone.
everybody.
see you soon.
Good
Good job. Thanks, Karen.
Mhm.